Okay, so actually simplifying things does help. Shocker. Let's talk about that. Welcome back to the Keeping Everything Simple podcast. I'm your host and fellow student, Michael Klukas, and on this show, we boil down complicated topics into simple, actionable tips. So, as I mentioned in my last episode, I am taking a much more focused approach over the next couple of months here, next couple of weeks here, however you want to phrase it, and really focusing in on my goal of helping my fiance plan our wedding and really making sure that I am pulling my weight properly, because the one thing that I don't want to be is one of those husbands or those fiancés that has not the slightest clue of what's going on, that they just show up on the wedding day, doesn't have to look pretty and call it good while their now wife is stressing for however long they're engaged. That's not something I want. And so that's why for me it's been helpful, even in just this past week of doing this, of focusing in on, hey, I need to get this stuff done. I need to pull my weight here, and I'm going to do so. So help me God, that I will make sure I am doing my best to actually be a helpful partner. But it's the simplicity of it that's really making the biggest impact. So one of, again, core tenets, this whole show is called Keeping Everything Simple podcast. There's a reason for that. A thing that I started doing was carrying around this little notebook. If you watch this on YouTube, then you can see it's just a small little rinky-dink notebook that I got from Dollar Tree, Dollar General if you don't have a Dollar Tree near you, which might be kind of weird. But it's literally just notes and little bits of a to-do list that I'm making active progress in, where I have to get it put in the notebook, then I have to mark off that's done, and then I have to actually inform my fiance it's done. It's 3 simple little things, but that has been so far very effective in making sure that I can actually stay on top of what I need to do. And this translates well into just any other aspect of my life. And something that I think about going forward as well is, how am I simplifying my process? How am I simplifying the work I do to be not just more effective, but even more intentional around why I'm doing it? I'm choosing to simplify and shorten these episodes because I want to focus on spending my mornings that I wake up early for to actively get work done on the wedding planning and being useful and being helpful. And that translates over into work as well, simplifying down my work process, like in my actual 9-to-5 job. How am I able to simplify my daily routine to the point where I can get my work done, no problem whatsoever, and I know exactly what's happening, when it's happening, and what needs to happen? And I like that. I think that ultimately goes to show that there is always an easier way to go about something, because we, of course, love making life difficult for ourselves. We're human. It happens. But being able to actively say, hey, this is why I'm focusing on this, and it's not just I need to focus on this. There's a why behind it. That helps a whole lot. Being able to say, okay, this is why I want to and need to focus on this, and having that be the driving factor behind testing out different ideas, testing out different ways of making it work, making something stick. And I'm taking this approach and definitely going to apply it to how I do the podcast and how I do my whole social media presence, because right now I had tried to spread myself way too thin. When I was doing longer episodes for the podcast as a whole, I was trying to post every single day on LinkedIn. I was also making sure to post shorts, reels, TikToks, and getting all those scheduled out, because I'm not paying for a service right now for scheduling. I am manually doing so, and that doesn't take long, but it is inconvenient. And so it's simplifying it down to, okay, I need to maybe A/B test on TikTok and then post the best performing stuff to YouTube. Or because I signed up for Opus.pro, which is a AI program that will shorten my long form videos into 30-second, 90-second clips that I can post to YouTube without any issue and just minor edits. That makes my life more easy because I'm simplifying the process down. And that's also me getting more focused on what I'm actually trying to grow. I'm trying to grow on YouTube. I'm trying to grow this podcast, and it's slow going. I know it's slow going, and that's intentional because I don't want to sacrifice so much of my personal life and look back and regret how I got to a successful point in the future. Cal Newport goes over this well in Slow Productivity, understanding that I'm okay with this taking longer because I'm trying to make it sustainable and I'm trying to keep it simple so that way my life stays balanced. And yeah, sure, there's going to be periods of hard work, periods of grind, and periods of hustle. That's perfectly okay. Like, that's actually expected. But being able to say, okay, I know what the foundational pieces are that are going to help me get to where I want to go and need to go, that I think is where the true magic's going to happen. So keeping everything simple, I hope that you guys can take away some inspiration to simplify your process, simplify something that you're working on, simplify something that you want to work on. And if you have to, get a pen and paper, write it down, make it so stupidly easy to actively follow up on it for yourself, have an accountability partner, whatever it is, but find some way to keep it simple. But with that, have an amazing day, you amazing people, and I will see you all in the next episode. Go out there and do great things.